Greetings and welcome to Office Hours with Dr. G. I'm your host, Dr. G, and I am so glad you could keep our appointment. Now, this week I don't have a guest.
Yeah, that's me.
But I have some things to get off my chest. I also want to just share some things because I need to talk to y'all. Haven't seen you all in about 2 weeks, and folk were wondering whether or not I was all right or anything. But I'm well, y'all. But things are happening all around, and tonight we just gonna chat if that's okay with you all. I'm so glad that, as I said, you tuned in after me not being here last week. And I promise I'm not going to keep you long tonight. I'm not going to say any more than I really need to say or that I have to share. And I hope that you all will understand where I'm coming from and just sit back and enjoy the ride. If you have comments or questions that you want to have me answer, if I can, I certainly will do that. But I just got some stuff I got to do, y'all, and then I'm going to be on my happy, lighter side, and I'm just going to share. So I thank you. In just a few seconds, I'll remove this banner, and we will get to chat.
Really? Oh, shit. Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Oh, shit. Yeah, that's me.
Greetings to one and all. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. As I said, I wasn't here last week, didn't have a show scheduled, coming out of having a 2.5 week really bad head cold, and just, haven't been on my A game when it comes to scheduling. So instead of coming to you with absolutely nothing last week, I decided not to come on at all. And I hope you all understand that sometimes the system sometimes you just need to regroup. And last Tuesday was one of my regroup days. As you can see, I am on the set that is normally reserved. I usually just reserve it for our National Grand Chic, but today I just want to be, just want to be me. Just don't want to put up a green screen. Don't want to have myself going in and out. Sometimes you see part of me and you don't, and I hope you do understand that. So, the title. Some of you are probably saying, "What's wrong with Dr. G?" And why would she have a title called "Do You Really Want to Come for Me?" And it's not as deep as some might think, and it's not even about what some might think it's about. But after putting the show together, I really sometimes you have to rethink your indignation and how you're going to deal with it. And maybe it's just not that deep, but you still want to address it in a way that gets your point across. And so you have to bear with me because I've had to figure out how to come at this subject and then be done with it. Someone shared with me a videotape. I think it was done about either 5 days or 5 or 8 days ago. I don't know, but of an interview. And in that during that interview, the individual that was being interviewed, about 43 minutes or so in, up pops Dr. G in their mouth, and with regard to talking about nationality, I would so assume, and this individual's status as the grand poobah. I'm trying not to give them any play. And here's the reason why, because as far as I'm concerned, this individual was clout chasing. You got to drop, and I have had my name dropped a lot of times on folks' live, but it wasn't I didn't take it the way I took this one, because this brother is really trying to get a message out that he is the be all end all when it comes to who's in charge, or who's got the green light from everyone else with regard to the Moorish estate, the kingdom, and everything else, whatever they feel they are. And I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. But in the midst of doing what they're doing, they had to bring up the fact that Dr. G, she doesn't have anything but a talk show, and she can't help you. And I needed to set the record straight from the standpoint to this person. Well, I'm calling them a person, but I know they're not this individual needs to know that, first of all, Dr. G has never purported to be anything other than office hours with Dr. G, than a talk show. So that's not an affront to me. But since it's only a talk show, and I can't do anything for anyone, and anyone who comes on here is just on a talk show and is just blowing smoke, it's very, very odd that this individual wanted to come on Dr. G's platform talk show. So also, this individual puts out information that it seems like it is, in the way that they give it, I don't even want to describe it, but they come from a place of authority, but it really makes very little sense. It's very hard, very difficult for me to listen to this individual. Very hard for me to listen to them. But if they are who they say they are, now I'm going to address him. If you've done what you said you've done for all of these years, going back to 2003 and 2004, if you have all of this authority that you say you have, and that no one can do anything unless they come through what you've done, I want to know, if you've been in this high, if you've been your hind ass for all of these years, I want to know why you would leave your people in the state that they're in, if you have the power and the authority to make changes, make laws, and do everything that everybody else who are saying and doing. Everybody, see, kinfolk, we all have our pieces, and I try to give all of the different brothers and sisters who have, I feel, a piece of the truth, a platform. This is what Office Hours with Dr. G is. It is a platform born out of my assignment that I was given in 2011 to reawaken minds. At the beginning of 2011, I was given a direct assignment to reawaken minds. Thus, the House of Reawakening Minds came to life. It came out of, my pain of having to say goodbye to the ministry that I thought that I would probably die still having this ministry. And when I was given this new assignment to reawaken the minds, I wasn't told to make a club or any of those things. Nothing. And people have asked me over the years, how can I join House of Reawakening Minds? There's nothing to join. We are all in various states of reawakening. I appreciate, and Grand Sheik and I, who work very closely together, we appreciate your support and your love and all of that. But we don't have a club. We don't have a temple. We don't have something that you have to put your name, if you will, or your appellation or your free national name on the roll to be a part of. You are more by birth. That's your birthright. And House of Reawakening Minds is simply a facilitator, we hope, a bridge between you and who you need to know, or where you need to be, or where you need to get. That's what we serve as. So we're not trying to be a kingdom, a fiefdom, or any of those things that some people, in particular, this individual who has to put my name in their lips during their interview, and to try to, put me under the bus as being nothing, right? While trying to get folks to join on their bandwagon. And I have not publicly said to you all of the things that I have been privy to with regard to this individual. And if I began to give the litany, I would just probably be as bad as them. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell y'all all the stuff that I know about this individual. I'm not going to tell you that, and I'm just going to let you know that, when they put information out, they have a disclaimer that says that no one can rebut what is said on their video without putting in an application to get permission to rebut. Well, you, sir, didn't put an application into me to put my name on your lips and talk down to what I do. So I'm going to give you the same discourtesy, except I'm just not going to give your appellation or your name or the title that you claim you have. I'm not going to make it public because guess what? I'm not going to help you in what you're doing, but you know who you are, right? So we setting the record straight. Yes, it's just a talk show, but it's more than just talk. There's love that comes from the House of Reawakening Minds and Office Hours with Dr. G and when Grand Sheik is on. There's concern for our fellow Moors. We're not trying to get any followers. We're not trying to tell anybody that we are the be all end all. We know that we're just a part of what we need to do in order to get to that place that the Honorable Prophet Noble Ali came here to get us back to. So I just needed to set the record straight. This is my double barrel approach. The first barrel is for you, to let you know that you can't just go spouting off about folks that you know nothing about. You don't know me. You wanted to come on my show, or at least someone wanted you on my show. Let's put it like that. I'm not even going to say you have people or that many people. You're trying to get people. And not being a club or not being an organization, House of Reawakening Minds and this platform has people all over the globe who know who we are and what we do. And yes, sir, we have done good for many. We're not always able to correct or help every problem that comes our way, but we are not God. We're not the head of state that you claim you are, right? So with that, I'm going to take you out of my mind, right? And just let you know I didn't put in an application to rebut what you said, which says that if you don't, you will prosecute. I'll be prosecuted to the highest. Well, shoot your best shot, okay? I would like to say we're even. How about that? I'm done with you. Thank you so much for allowing me to just get that out. Yes, and some of you do know who I'm talking about. And, I try to be fair. And, but, when I was approached to give that particular individual space on the platform, I'm an intuitive. And most of the time I could be accused of giving people too much benefit of the doubt. Many times I have given over, freedoms or shared stuff with folk only to find out that I misjudged. And I normally misjudge. I err on the side of believing that there's good in everyone. But it was something about this one that my intuitive sense said, stay away from that. Just don't even do that. Don't bring that on the platform, because it's not even something you can wrap your head around. You don't understand. You can't understand them when they talk anyway. But it wasn't even that. It was just that my sense, my energy, I went in and I pulled out my dowsing, and I wanted to ask, should I? And everything was a no, absolutely no. So I let it go. I never said anything about them. I just didn't bring them on this platform. So since, and I'm not giving, like I said, I refuse to give who they say they are or play their little video. They're not going to get no extra views because of me. Um, no, they're not going to do it. But they need to know that I heard what you said. And this little talk show, you ask the folks, they need to check with you all out here listening, you all who tune in, every time we're on for this little talk show, you know, because I don't think you would if you did not get value out of it. Again, I said I was done. Did I say I was done, y'all? Now, let me do this. Let me put on my happy face. Okay. I'm back, y'all. Dr. G is back. Before I go further, I just need to, if you don't mind, let me just check out. There's comments. Just uh, I'm whole. I'm good. But what y'all don't know about Dr. G? I I have this thing called righteous indignation that sometimes just won't allow me to let something go. Like that. You know, People ask, does this person ever mention full faith and credit among other things? But like I said, I refuse to give them any play. I'm not gonna, they want to drop Dr. G's, who I am, my name in their mouth because they think that that's going to somehow, maybe make y'all decide to, think twice or give them some clout. But no, I'm so happy that, the information was shared, so that I know what was said. But I know that you all know me. I know that you all know Grand Chic, and I know that many of you, not everyone has had to, deal with us besides just being on the platform, but I know that many of you have benefited. I don't know how many phone calls that I get, or emails, and I can't answer them all, so I do apologize. But just of the testimonies of how they heard something on this platform, or they heard a video, even if it wasn't, since we had this particular, but when the videos were coming out and there were other folks putting the videos out and I wasn't doing it, how something that they learned from Grand Chic had changed their life, had opened up their mind, that they were not Negro, Black, colored, African American, and all of these various things. But like I said, we know, I know that you all have benefited from it. But this individual, I call him a Johnny come lately, because, if you've been doing what you've been doing since 2004, 2003 or 4, and you got all this sovereign authority and that you claim that you have, I want to know, we need to be, on your booty about why why did 2019 and 2020, 2021, what we've been going through, why have we gone through what we're still in the midst now, if you have all of this power? You know what I mean? Right? So I just, you do your thing, bro. Okay? And those that are, are meant to follow you, because, all sheeple aren't in the church. Okay? It's some sheeple that are in organizations that are blindly following folk, to their own slaughter or to their own demise. So, you do you. And those of you who, those not you, but those who are led, and of their spirit, the spirit, to follow you, so be it. But you don't have to tear down other folk in order to build your own platform. If you are right in what you're doing, y'all know this. If you do right, the Most High will honor you with those who will respect what it is you do and appreciate what you're doing. And it just is what it is, right? So I wanted to talk about some other stuff. Since I didn't have a show next week, I'm having an exciting show with some young people, but because I didn't plan a show, and then this came up, I thought, okay, that's why I didn't plan a show, because I had to address this. But there's some things that I wanted to talk about where my head is on some certain subjects and so forth, from a standpoint of putting that all aside. Now I'm going to put that. I'm not even going to put it on the back burner. I'm going to shove it off the stove, right? I'm taking that off the stove. But I want to talk about manifestation, about some things that, how it is that we manifest a lot of times by what it is we focus on and what it is we allow our hearts to be, indoctrinate our hearts and minds to be indoctrinated by. And there is a way to change and to turn things around. The issue is with on a grand scale, I believe, is the fact that you can't get the collective, you know, on the same path, on the same track. Somebody is thinking this and someone's believing that. I mean, we have, I've heard some things that have broken my heart. I've heard folks that I highly respect and love who allowed themselves to be, convinced that they needed to do that, in order to survive something that, and I mean, folks that I feel that are way more intelligent than, I probably gave them more credit than I should have. But just what are we thinking? What have we been collectively thinking that has allowed what we're going through and have been going through over the last 2 years to not only manifest but to persist for such a long time? That's the question. I'm posing that question. What have we had on our collective mind? Because believe it or not, even though somebody may make a suggestion that we all need to do such and such at a certain time every day, that's different. What is it that we, the powerful people, have been thinking and focusing on that allowed the manifestation of what we are dealing with and have been dealing with for the last almost now 2 years? What is it? What has allowed us to get so off track that, and let me say this, I realize that there are some things that have to change. I do realize. I realize that the fiat currency situation, there's normally I think they say 20, 30 year or so, and that thing should have been changed. And so, yeah, we knew something else was coming. I'm not sure if what has come or what's replacing it is going to be necessarily better or what. So, I mean, I know that, but there are just the things, if we are so powerful, and we are, if we are so, if we are gods, and we are, why are we allowing ourselves to be controlled by systems that are artificial and not reality? And I gotta put my glasses on. I don't like wearing my glasses, y'all, because my eyes look like they're like Coke bottles, but I can't see what y'all are saying. So I put these glasses on. So please, what is it? Can anybody tell me where our collective? And I'm looking through here. Truth is, the Moors don't believe, Moors know. That's a good one. The Aline Bey. Let me put that up. Let's get on that one for a minute. Moors don't believe that Moors know. Yeah, that's a good one, because we will listen to everybody else. We will listen to all other so-called authority figures, and we've done that all this time. We have been inundated by so-called authorities, even if it comes all the way up down to the educational system. When they created systems, and as Mama Lena told me years ago, systems are designed to benefit the creators of the systems. So they've developed systems and that are designed to benefit them and to make other folk be subject to the systems. But when it comes to Moors, that let's just go back to the prophet. He did a lot of things, and folk believe that, well, he left when he was very young. But I'm of the opinion that his coming was similar to that of what we say, Yahshua ben Joseph's coming was. And he came back with that, as Grand Sheik and I talked about it, in that same energy. He didn't have to be here long, but he put stuff in place that if you followed it, right? If you followed it, then you will be successful. One of the things that he told us was that that the greater one lived on the inside of us, that the kingdom, everybody's trying to be the kings and the queens and the, the grand potentates, and I'm not going to name this individuals what they say they are, but they want to be all of this stuff. But every one of us, truth be told, has a kingdom, a place where what the most high resides on the inside of us, but we don't believe it. And so therefore, like this brother says, we don't believe that Moors know. But Moors, there are Moors everywhere doing great things. And the everyone, all these different Moors I run into, and they have the piece of the truth of the reality that we need to all bring together and create the whole. There's successes in, that of what, this one is doing, and successes is what that one is doing. And maybe, I joined the temple, and I feel like I made the right choice for me, even though I said I was never going to join a temple, but I found one where it had to be something. But it could be just, you might be in the consulate, you might be in one organization or another that's doing something, and you have seen and realize results. Well, we need to respect that, and we need to bring all of these successes together to create a bigger success. Let me read this. Fear and complacency. Here's another one for the question. Aaliyah says that we're fearful and we're complacent. Many of us are fear, as Grand Sheik says, Rome. And we don't want to go, before them to declare who we are and, well, we don't care whether they acknowledge it or not, but at least not to be fearful. When they find out, when they realize, they respect the ones that know, believe it or not. That's true. I'm not giving out the name. Some I'm not gonna give out the name. It's not even important. Here's another one. Enlightened Asiatic says this: once you know yourselves, none of this matrix matters. And that's true. Prophet said, well, it said, know thyself. It said, study. And when you have studied, do what? Study yourself. So you're studying everything that everybody else put out there. Now, maybe you haven't taken time to study you. Maybe you haven't studied your human constitution. You looking at everybody, all the other constitutions, So the divine constitution, the Constitution 4. What about your personal constitution? What about your personal chart about who you are and what you came to do? Are you on track for who you are? Right? Like this. Here's another one. It is affirming of the negative aspect in our community instead of focusing on self-aligning with the Most High. I agree with you, Mad Love. If everyone is aligning with the Most High, and it's the same Most High, then we'll all be on one accord. Yes, yes. Let me go back here and read. I'm trying to read. I like this. Nagam Bay Muskink Ali says, pick up those pens and let us fix this for our children and grandchildren. Absolutely. And great grandchildren, because I got greats. You know what I mean? Yeah. I found out something, speaking of grandchildren. My mother has transitioned, and it's almost 20 years, but I have heard her older brother is still with us, and he's the only one left, and he's 88. And when I talk about having a sharp mind, I had a conversation with my uncle yesterday, who I look like him. I favor him a lot. And my uncle was giving me some of the chronological, what we would call history of my family, stuff I didn't know. 66 year, almost 67, and I did not know this. I didn't know until yesterday, and I should be embarrassed, but I didn't know until yesterday, y'all, what my great grandmother name was. I didn't know what my great grandmother's name was. I think I found out who my great grandmother and my great great, and this is on my maternal side. I didn't know that a town in Maryland was named after my family. But now modern Europeans pretty much live in this whole area. But it's called Ghoultown, Maryland. Well, my family, are the Ghouls, and the town was our town. But how I didn't even know that until yesterday. And I've been sitting down with my uncle when every time I get a chance. And the last time I was with him, I just put on my recorder and let him talk. And he told me yesterday he wants to write a book about his life. And I said, well, I don't know if I can write the book for you, but I can sort of record you telling me about things. So I found out things yesterday that blew my mind that I didn't even know about my own kinfolk, y'all. And so we don't know who we are. We don't know how great we are and how things were taken away. Like you said, that he took me all the way back to my great great grandmother, I think, great great grandmother. I didn't even know. So some of you out there, I applaud you. All of you, those of you who have your history, your family, whether it's the Bible or you just have the chronology, somebody is your historian that can give it to the children, give it to the other generations. Now I got to share this with my children and my children's children, right? My children's children's children, because I got great grandchildren. I found out things that made me proud, made me finally feel like, okay, because I didn't know what went beyond my grandfather. And I didn't know my grandmother because she transitioned at the age of 33 when my mother was 7. And what I found out yesterday was that when they tried to find pictures of her, then they said, well, she looked like your daughter looks like her. It's just that, come to find out my grandmother, my mother's mother, had straight black hair that went straight down to her butt. And she was lighter than me, but she looked like they said, I look like her, And so, 9 times out of 10, she came back and is me. But I don't know. I didn't know that, but I didn't even know that about her. I found out that my grandmother was a baker, did bake pies and cakes for a bakery before she took sick at a young age and succumbed to TB. But I got a granddaughter that's a baker. So now I see the connection. You see them, y'all? So, we have to work on our own family trees, and then we need to come back together with all our pieces, all the pieces that we assembled and we know and see and rebuild our nation. Let me look at some of this. I'm rambling, y'all, but allow me this, please. A Moor who studies the law does not need a belief system. I agree. Here's another one. Generational indoctrination. Those are extremely hard binds to crush. You all heard about the fact that when they killed off a lot of the indigenous people that were on the land, the adults, they kept the children, and they put a lot of the children were put on orphan trains and sent to different places and put in orphanages and indoctrinated with the reconstructed history that was created and reconstructed to put them and their family coming over on the sardine ships, as opposed to being indigenous people to the land. So you kill off the older generation, you take the children and you put them in orphanages and you indoctrinate them with the new, which is probably something they would love to do again if they can, is get rid of a lot of folks so that they can tell the story the way they want to tell the story. Let me look here. House of Peace. Very, very, very good back. Oh wow. You have always tried to help me with nationality. Yeah. In all my years I like this. ZZJ Children said, in all my years, I've met many smart people, but only when I met Moors did I realize that those people can't hold a candle to erudite Moors. And that is true. Those among us who have studied, I mean, you could just sit, just like, and Grand Sheik's not the only one. We know that. You know what I mean? But you could just listen And I become fascinated by folks that are erudite. I love it because I know what I don't know. I mean, I don't always know what I don't know until I hear it, and I'm going, "Dag, I wish. Why didn't I know that?" But thank you that you were able to share that with me. That's how I feel. Let me see. Dr. G, a huge battle is getting. So Aliyah Bay says that a huge battle is getting the proper assistance to declare your nationality on paper along with birthright. And I realize that there are lots of different ways to do it. There, some, I've heard Grand Sheik said if you put it on a piece of, toilet tissue, and declare it on that, you're still declaring it. But I know what you're saying. You're saying, since that once you want to do what you want, is that whatever you do, you want it to be it to get you out of the tyranny of being in that jurisdiction. If I'm correct in what I think you're saying, because you can get paperwork. We have a copy of what the original ones that Grand Sheik um, was signing for folks that's on the flash drive, but we send folks to the consulate. I pretty much, because Grand Sheik, we're not having the in-person classes like we were. Folks used to bring their paperwork and he would seal their paperwork, and then some folks tell you to send it 7 places and do this. Grand Sheik says send it nowhere and study it. He said, you after you do it, then now you got to study it. In other words, you got to become the paperwork. Then you got others that take you through a process like I'm going through, that some folks disagree, while others realize, like I do, that if I have to go before the de facto folks on my way out from them and have them acknowledge that they're de facto and I'm de jure, then I don't have a problem with that. So that's me. But I'll send folks to Sister Sharon and Sister Yesharin and Sister Fatima in a heartbeat, because I know that their process is similar. I know they've added some other things, so they realize declaring your nationality, just doing that by itself, isn't really helping everyone. There's another step. You have to go through that other step. You know what I mean? And you have to change your status. So declaring one's nationality on on paper, and then in that de facto system, still having a status of Negro, African American, colored, or whatever else they put on your stuff, right? And as a citizen of their jurisdiction, you've done nothing, but you've done it in your heart. But you've got to do it in I want to say, a lawful manner that they will even recognize and say, hands off, they belong to another jurisdiction, they belong to another nation state. Therein lies the problem. I had to learn that. And like I said, Greg Sheik and I don't agree 100% on everything. Y'all have heard us. You've heard us. But he respects what it is I'm doing, and I respect what it is he says. You know what I mean? He's old school, and some things have changed. You know what I mean? But he knows that I've made the right decision for myself. So if somebody calls me these days and says, nationality, whatever, I give them both. I can send you this, or I can send you this to go through this process, or I can send them both to you, and you can just let your higher self tell you which one is the best route. Let me just say what we're doing. But you're right. I mean, we need a system that's uniform. I really believe that. So it says that my roots are in Maryland too. Okay, the Piscataway tribe. Okay. Oh, on the Gould family. Yeah, yeah. See, my great grandmother was a Gould. Yeah, Gould. Yeah, and we had a town. It is still there, called Gould Town, named after my family. And I didn't even know how that all meshed up. And then somebody married a Handy, and so my family is Gould and Handy. And then when the daughters get married, then you get these new names. And so my grandmother married Dyer. So when my mother had me, she wasn't married or matrimonied. And so I have that Dyer was my surname. But that's, now I have a little trace that I can do, Ghoul Handy Dyer. And, so we will check that out, because who knows? Since it belongs to us and we getting our stuff back, I might as well get our family land back too. All else is this. Watch Haiti. Okay, enlightened Asiatics said, watch Haiti. Haiti. All else is distraction. I don't know what's going on with Haiti. I don't watch a lot of. I don't watch mainstream um, news at all. So I don't know what's going on right now with Haiti. Okay, Cole said Cole's R205 says a lot of kids or the children were slave. Oh yeah. I realize that. But when you take what I think the point I was trying to make though was that when you separate the historians, like I am so grateful that my Uncle Bill is still here, and not only is he here, his mind is sharp. I mean sharp. He's telling me stuff, that happened when he was 12 and he's 88. So that's a sharp mind. So for him to be able to tell me all the things that he knows that happened, and family secrets. I mean, I found out family secrets, and not yesterday, but this was a previous conversation. And I I tried to think back, like why I knew my maternal my maternal, let's see, well, my grandfather. So I guess my mother's father, I knew his mother. So I knew my grandfather's mother, and I was like, well, she was still alive, and I remember her. Well, the reason I realize now why they were almost contemporaries is because my uncle let me know that my paternal great grandmother was molested or raped by her stepfather and gave birth to my grandfather at the age of 11. Family secrets. But that's why they seem to be contemporaries to me instead of great grandmother and grandfather, is because there was only 11 years difference in their age. You see what I mean? So it's lots of stuff, but these are things that folks, we need to know. We need to know who we are and where we come from. And sometimes when you find out where you've come from and why some of the DNA stuff still, exists, why it is 2-3 generations later, this individual is dealing with this, then you see that it was a couple generations before them. There it was already, because we don't share. We hide things. They hid things. Let me just say, and y'all, I am not changing the banners like I should. I do apologize. But I'm running my mouth so much that I didn't do this. I want it's a couple of things also that I wanted to share. Let me go back to the comments. Just trying to look at comments. Here's the question: why did Moors help every European to kidnap Africans in the first place? Never got an answer. It's funny that you would ask that question, because tribal wars, this is my take on it. And somebody else in the chat can say that, or give their take. But tribal wars, when tribal wars went on, I did some study, and Moors, or melanated people, took other tribes captive. 9 times out of 10, when the Europeans were looking for, trading this and that for able bodies, because they weren't going to do the work, they weren't going to do whatever, that they were given over, not their tribesmen and women, but they were given over the ones that they had overcome, and they themselves were holding captive from battles. And that tribal wars are not new. Like they say, all skin folk and kin folk, or it doesn't, just because, I heard the brother Rod Hayes talk about, the war between the L's and the Bays. And so, but, Grand Sheik kind of gave me a better, understanding of that. And he said, well, you know, when I heard it the way I heard it, I was like, well, dag, well, the elves were coming over here fighting the bays, but he said no. He said just like anything else, it was just tribal. It was tribal. So we need to. We've always fought each other, and probably the greedy ones that were enticed turned over, you know, folks from other tribes and say, "Here, take this," and then they got their guns or whatever it is they gave them, whatever they traded them for. Well, thank you, Rodney Bay. Rodney Bay says, "Peace, Dr. G. So happy you're feeling better. We don't care what anyone has to say. Yeah, Dr. G has helped us by putting out breadcrumbs and giving us our." That's what I appreciate you saying that, because breadcrumbs, right? We don't give you the whole loaf. We don't have the whole loaf. But if we such as I have, I give. When I learn something, I got to share it with somebody. That's just the kind of person that I am. That's just kind of individual rather than I am. I have to share. I can't keep it in, and if I do, then I won't have any room for the new stuff. So let me see. Great grandmother's maiden name, Nobles. Okay, Linus Tracker should make for a great show. Open 642 says Lydian's tracking would make for a great show, and you're right. I had one on the show. I want to say it was either beginning of this year or it was the end of last year, and he was in China, I believe. And I want to try to get him back, because one of the things he does do is lineage tracking, and he offered to do mine. It's just that I have never given him the information. What I did do though was I began to seek out information from my uncle and so forth, because I was trying to get on both sides of my family, my maternal and my mother's side and my father's side. And actually, I did get, because I didn't know folks' names. My maternal grandmothers and paternal grandmothers, they transitioned before I was born. So and nobody shared anything. So when he offered to do that for me, I started seeking out this information, and still haven't gotten back to the brother in like a year. But I hope the offer still stands, because this is what he does. And so I would love to get him back on the show to talk about that and help the rest of us, help all of us. You have to realize that you get down those things. That's true. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you for working with Sheik. ES. Oh, this is interesting. Thank you for working with Sheik. ESPN and Fox News have been copying his cliches like de facto husbandry, and are now talking about inflation and treasury bonds in one. Yeah, we know they watch it. Yes, 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 yes. Let me see. Here we go. Peace and night. Okay. Fun to see Republicans in me. Okay, so here's the other thing that I wanted to getting back on the show. I am going to do that. I'm going to reach out to the brother and see, because that particular show that we didn't actually talk about that. I found out late, that that's what he does afterwards, and he offered to do my lineage for me. So I will do that. I will get him back on the show. But listen, what time is it? Oh, an hour has almost passed, y'all. I got a couple of specials going on that I wanted to share. I talked about them probably a couple weeks ago, but some things have deadlines, and so okay, here we go. Some things have deadlines. How many of y'all, anybody in there, and there's just certain things that they won't let us say online. I would love to demonstrate this fingerprints. I would love to demonstrate this, how this works. And some of you that are on here have actually gotten or ordered this this device. I wanted to, because I believe in this time that we're in now, that we absolutely need a way of checking and being educated on what's going on inside of our bodies. And so, this particular device, which you've seen me talk about, or heard me talk about, or put up a banner about, which is called the AO scan. I'm going to put up my link for that. Da, 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 da. Let me sign in. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm not going to sign in. Oh, here. Yes, I am. Sign in. Okay. Let me put this up for a minute. Okay. So this is. I know you probably all you all probably can't see it. I know you can't. I know you can't. But if there's anyone in the chat who either has experienced this educational device, I think that's what we have to call it. Um, um, right. Yes. Can it heal? Um, okay, Sister Rose, I can't tell you that it can heal anything. How about that? We can't say that, but it can do some amazing things. And I don't know, it may educate your body about what it's your skin about where it should be. Does that make sense, y'all? You know, we can talk about something that's educate. We can't say something heals. We can't say something cures, but we can say that it educates you. So when you realize that everything is energy. So we have a something on here called inner voice, and this thing allows you in 10 seconds to just the only thing they tell you have to say is the two words "I am," and anything you say after the words "I am," you just keep talking for 10 seconds until the thing stops, and it literally will give you educational background about your subconscious, what might be your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, what might be bothering you subconsciously that's affecting you physically and emotionally, and how to fix it. They give you what to listen to, tones and colors. It does a lot of stuff. It educates you. Then there's another thing that you do that will do the same thing as a blood and urinalysis. Without taking your blood, it'll educate you about what your current blood and urine shows without taking any blood or urine out of your body. And this other thing right here will educate you about all the various organs in your body without putting you in an MRI. You will become educated energetically about what's going on. And then it'll tie those three things I just told you about: the inner voice, the vital, which is like a blood and urinalysis, and the comprehensive, which is like an MRI. It'll tie all of that together and educate you about what you could, should, need to be doing from an educational standpoint. And then we have something called Cephi, which is subtle energy frequency imprinter, which has all kinds of neat things that sends you frequencies. Once you find out what's wrong, then you can find something in here that will send a frequency to you to educate your body about where it should be, and it'll energetically do it. As far as I'm concerned, I've been educating my dad's body. Y'all know my dad's been in the nursing home since, well, about 4 years now, 5 years now, for 4 years at least. But for the last since August 17, 2020, he's been in hospice. You know, when you're in hospice, you're supposed to be in there a short time, and then you go. I got in there one day. I was using Reiki first before I got this in last October, and I got in there one day, and I was able to educate my dad, take a scan of my dad, and all these things. And so now from home, I send my dad educational scans, and I'm saying this because this is what I got to say, right? I send my dad, and this one's like this, but I also have it in a handheld, a large, what do you call those things? I guess, what is that thing? Like an iPad type thing, tablet. uh, like a tablet. So we have it in tablet form, but that's really clinicians. If you're working in a clinical setting, you might want that, but you can use this. Like right now, um, is that me? I have my own profile pulled up, and I can, you know, take my ring, say this ring that I wear all the time, and say I want to, um, let me say, I'm going to pull something up. So I'm going into Cephi, and I'm going into Quantum Reach, and I'm picking up here's abundance. So I'm just going to select abundance. So I pick up abundance. I want y'all to see my thing, and I'm going to take my ring because my profile is up, and I'm going to hit imprint. I don't know if y'all can see this. It's moving. So I'm sitting my ring for 2 minutes. It's this thing. I don't know if you can see it. It's happening. So this ring or whatever, I'm sitting it on abundance for 2 minutes, or I'm not going to do 2 minutes because I'm just demonstrating to y'all. Oh, it's done. I've just First of all, I should not have imprinted abundance in it before I actually cleared it, but I can clear it of whatever what it has on it now, and then I would imprint what it is I want on it. So if anybody knows about homeopath or Bach flower remedies and so forth, you can create your own homeopathic Bach remedies. We have a section in here that deals with your chakra. So when you do the vitals, I told you about the one that's blood and urinalysis type education, you'll also get what's going on with your chakras. Let me see. So the reason why I'm bringing this up right now is that we have a special going on, and it's till the end of the month. It normally costs you like $49 just for it. There's other fees. Don't get me wrong. This is not it all. $49 for your annual membership to Solex, but until December 31st is $48.50 off. So you can get your membership for 50 cents, and then you can purchase this for $200 off with a 50 cents 1 year membership. But that's only till December 31st. And I wanted to let y'all see some of it and what's going on. And it does homeopathic, it does Bach flower remedies, it does it does a whole lot. Quantum affirmations, if you need, you can put affirmations on your children. Your children need to be, affirmations for things, and then imprint it on something so that it energetically is now targeting whoever you have up. And that y'all don't see that, but that's my picture up there. I also have my pets in here. So I scan my pets. They have collars with little these go on their collars. They have tourmaline type collars, and you just activate the collars in the sun every 30 days, and then they have one of these little I guess it's an ID tag with a number. And so when you put them inside the system, the cat or the dog or the horse or whatever, now you can scan the pet and you can educate you about what's going on with the pets and the pet frequencies, do all that stuff, even for the pets. Just want you to know. So Marcel Bay L, who's asking how much it is, just you can do one or two things. You can either see my number going across here. If you text me instead of just going to the link over there, if you text me at 302-345-0500 and say AO, you can say AO scan or just AO, all caps. I will send you a link and with some information and a video, and you can see where all of that is. I'd rather not say that over here because we just talk about education, y'all. But this is an amazing, your whole family needs this. And if you are a practitioner of sorts, if you're doing Reiki or if you're doing, any kind of work with clients or so forth, you can add this to your practice. If you're just a regular person, you just want it for you, then get it for you and get it for your household and your, folks charge up to upwards of like $300 for this, for the 3 scans. And you can charge what you want, or you can do it for free. It doesn't matter, but especially for family, you probably just want to do your family. But I wanted to let you all know there's a special going on. Membership is only 50 cents until the end of the month. And then after the membership is purchased, then you can purchase this for 200 off. That's it. And then there is a monthly fee for your software, which is constantly being upgraded. This thing does a lot of stuff, you all. You can even put your supplements in here. Say you're taking all these different vitamins and different things you take on a regular. You know how we take stuff. You put it in, and then you scan yourself in the morning. The system will tell you what of the supplements you take you need to take that particular day. Yes, 50 cents for the membership. That's normally $49 annual. Yes. So just text me and just say AO scan. Yes, it worked. Yes, it worked. Love Music. I did say it works on pets. I got my pets in here. Yeah. So I look at the target in here. Here's Cat Williams, and that's my cat's picture right here. It's me up here, but my target right here. That's that. If you can see, you see my cat. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my cat. Yes, so you can do your pets. You can do your cat, your dog. You can probably do your guinea pig and your your pet iguana. But yes. So yeah, I wanted to, and like I said, I wouldn't share if this didn't work for me. I would not, I wouldn't share it with you all. I just wouldn't. But this is amazing. I've been sending scans to my dad. I scan my dad and get education about what's going on with him. And the last time I did a scan on him, something popped up and I clicked on it because I wanted to know what is that thing is saying with the blood thing. I'm home. He's in a nursing home. Mm-hmm. And it was something that it says that people in nursing facilities tend to get. And I'm like, how the heck did this machine know my dad's in a nursing facility? He is. This is so on point. So, it brings you to a place of education so you may know how to modify some things that might be just starting that you can now get on top of and before it, or some things might be acute that you really need to maybe take those reports, because you get a report for everything. Everything is not, you're not just looking at it. You literally get email reports every time you do a scan. So you can literally take these scans to your reports to your, either your regular physician or your healthcare practitioner. You might have a natural health practitioner or a regular one, because they're going to see the same thing on the reports that they would see if you went to like a LabCorp or something like that. So it's not nothing that's like foreign to folks in the medical profession. So if you text me Yoni Melanin, I will send you the information, and you'll know in that information it'll say what the cost is. We're just not allowed to say that like that much. So anyway, so that was the one of the things that I wanted to share because of the special that's going on. And this thing is it is a cell phone, but not a phone. We don't have, in other words, if you put your SIM card in it, you can actually use it as a phone too, but you can't put other stuff on it because this thing is so powerful. The software needs all the space, and they're always expanding. So you could use it as a cell phone if you put your own SIM card in. That would have to be that, but I don't use it as a cell phone. I use it solely as a scanning device, an educational device. Okay, let me see. Greetings. Just for me, don't drive a tear for me. My apologies. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether you're D or if you're asking for the USB drive banner to order it. You can, again, that same number. You can text USB to this number, and you'll get the link to order it. Okay. So let me go back here. The other thing I wanted to talk about. My nose is getting stuffed up, y'all. Maybe some water will help me. I do apologize, but I'm finding it hard to breathe for some reason. Um, Silver. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The silver. Let me see banners. Okay. Right now, Quicksilver. I just got some silver in the mail today, y'all. Right now, Quicksilver has a special going on till the end of the month. If you wanted to get that, what do you call it? If you wanted to get the challenge kit, which is normally 149, is 129. So it's $20 off the challenge kit until the end of the month. Silver, you know, we hear we're getting closer and closer to that time when the truth about what's really going on with the fiat currency is going to be made manifest, and we don't know. They're talking about, Jaceras and the Sarahs and all that stuff. We don't know, but you need to get some silver. If you haven't, then please either check out my link www.getpaidmore.com, or if you're already in and you stop buying purchasing, make sure your silver is up to par. I don't know if y'all saw where the Bitcoin did a massive drop just recently. Silver and gold if you can, but definitely silver. You all need to get that. And so right now, if you need the kit to store your silver, the challenge kit, it's $20 off, 20 notes off, and that's again till the end of the month. So those are the two things that I wanted to share with regard to that. And then I want to go back to just kind of talking with you all about what's on your mind. Let me see this. Okay. Oh my gosh, I didn't bring it up. Okay. So we have something. When I say we, you see going across the screen right now, Dr. Botanica, his information. Some of you all have reached out to him and are having great success with him working with you with your various and sundry situations. He is very, very skilled, a very skillful PhD practitioner, and he has helped me and worked with me on a lot of things. And we have, I'm not at liberty to really show you anything right now, but we have something that we're going to be bringing out probably, if not, probably the first week in January. So it's coming up soon. We have something that we believe will really be a solution to a multiplicity of things that we suffer from in one little, 50 milliliter, which is like an ounce and a little bit more than about an ounce and 3/4, less than 2 ounces of a drink that tastes about like a what does it taste like? Oh, sort of to me like what is that thing? Pomegranate. Yeah, it's like pomegranate, but it's not pomegranate. But we'll be bringing. We got an exclusive distributorship. We are so happy with this particular company, and we are going to be making this product available to you all at the beginning of 2022. And we know that we're going to have some fantastic testimonies from folks. Nothing really shows you results in the first day or so. I mean, a lot of times, you have to do like a load, I don't know what it's called. He can probably correct me, but you have to maybe take something for 10 days or more before you begin to see and feel the difference. But the key to most things, and I fall off sometimes and things like that, is consistency. And we're not consistent because we're impatient. We want to see our results, we want it immediately, and it actually sometimes it takes time before you see it. But I sampled this product, and for 12 days. And I was so blown away that, we had already made contact with the company owners. We had met at a conference, and we were able to become distributors. So stay tuned for that. That's coming out. And trust me, we wouldn't be bringing it to you if we didn't believe in it. Okay, let me see where we are. How much is the cost software? I'm not sure. Um, is it an expensive device to have? Like I said, I certain things I just can't say online. But if you, I will, um, but I will gladly speak to you if you call me, or I'll send you the information if you text me. How about that? That fair? Okay, Lodia Tyler, sorry, logged on late. Does the sundry mean? I can't respond to that because I don't know if sundry means a Lodio. So let me see. Enlighten agent. Yeah. Oh wait, Dr. G. Somebody said that this was just a talk. Sorry to bring this up again, but I will try to get in touch with the individual you spoke about today. Probably life. Do believe in me. Well, he may have information to share, but he's gonna have to share it somewhere else. That's all. It's no. You don't have to demand an apology. It's okay. I don't need an apology. Matter of fact, remember it was off the stove. You may not have been on there when I said I not only did I not have it on the back burner, but it's off the stove. It's off the table, so it's okay. It's good. I just had to get it off my. I had to get that out. All right. I just had to get. I had to get that out. But I'm good now. Yeah. Okay. Like I wanted to share. So I wanted to. Yeah. So that product that I was showing, like I said, this is I believe in this. I believe in silver. Y'all know that silver's been good to me. Thank you. Thanks to you all. I didn't do it by myself. I didn't hit the top of the company just because of I'm Dr. G. I hit the top of the company because you all heard what when I put information out, and you all started getting silver too. And some of you shared with other folks, and it's because of you all that I reached where I reached. But I still believe in silver. I believe in the silver. If we have to create our own banks and stuff. We're gonna have to be bringing our silver. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. Is the consulate still functioning? Yes, the consulate is still functioning. For the question that you asked. Let me put something up. How to get silver. I had that up, but I don't mind putting it back up again. Um, I don't mind putting it back up again. Of that. I know I haven't played everybody's and please bear with me. But for the most part, y'all don't know this, but I just play people's ads. I think there's one individual on here that sends something to House of Reawakening Minds for their ad, and everybody else I just do it because they've been on my show. How about that? So as you can, I am not trying to. We're not trying to beat anyone. We're trying to bring information to you, that we think will be of assistance. That's how we roll. How we roll. My other channel, no notifications. Yeah, I am. Let me talk about the other channel. I want to thank you all for all of you who have signed up for that channel. I'm still trying to get my lineup together because that's a different channel. And so what I do when I do these shows, I actually have it streaming to that channel as well as this one, just because I want to make sure I have content on that channel. But soon, I would like to dedicate that channel on a different day or at a different time. I will be doing things that are more holistic over there, more metaphysical over there. Those are the types of things that I want to do over there. So I'm looking for you all. I'm looking for the ones who are tarot card readers, and the ones who are diviners, do divination, or who do Reiki, or who do, all kinds of, you might be a medium and all that stuff. I'm looking for you over there. So just, get in touch with me. I think I might even have a banner or something for that. But at least I know I did a little video on it. Let me see. I bought the the Egyptian silver coins, I believe, were like either half ounces or quarter. I have them too. They weren't full ounce coins. Most of the coins, like the ones I just had in my hand, are full 1 ounce coins, but they were not. They weren't. It said that they were half ounce. It didn't tell you that they were full coins. So they were not. And um, we get will we get Zoom or other platform civics classes? Um, yeah, I'm not sure what you're asking about with Zoom. We do. Grand Chic will be on this Friday, right? It's the first, second Friday, third Friday, whatever Friday's coming up. Grand Chic will be here this Friday, so we have not made a decision to do Zoom. We do have a Zoom account. We can do Zoom, um, but we will have to kind of figure that out because Grand Chic is so busy. I see him twice a month, and maybe sometimes more if I need something to done with the house because he's my house doctor. Y'all know he's been um, doing things for me, and soon I probably will do a video downstairs in my new kitchen or something so you can see his work. But I'll see. We'll see about Zoom. We'll see. Let me see. Love. No tarot, but play Monopoly. All right. The card is a mirror image of self who said, no, you're part of it. Oh, okay. 1/10 ounce card. Okay. No censorship, in other words. There's a certain level of censorship even on these channels that you think you can just say what you want. So we have to always be mindful and careful of what we're doing. It's unfortunately that we don't have our own. Um, we just don't have our own, so that we could do what we do and not worry about whether or not somebody is going to take it, out of context or use the information that we share against us. That is something that we hope that there's some, where's our tech people? Where's our IT people that can create our own, like a platform or our own app or something that you got to show your face to make sure it's you when you come on the app or something. We need that. Y'all, I am getting stocked up by the minute. Excuse me. Excuse me so much. Excuse me. Alrighty. Maybe it's stuffy in here. Maybe I need a inhaler or something. But I thought I was over this cold, but I'm having difficulty. Little let me see this. Trying to make sure I run everybody's stuff at least once. Okay. I am anybody where Captain. If anybody wear caftan, I'm about to start the trend. Is that like is that a dress or is that something for a man? What is when I think of the caftan, I've always thought of like those those arm flappy the dresses. I don't know what that is. Peppermint, probably, but I just can't. I don't have any peppermint within reach. But I do have a Ricola. Oh my. Let me see if this one will help me. Y'all don't mind me eating something, do you? I would love to meet. We'll do another up close and personal. Not till next spring. not until next spring. And what we dashiki for men and women. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, up close and personal in the spring, and we're talking about bringing back at least maybe one Friday a month where we literally have, where we used to, how we used to do it in the past, where you come to a house of real awakening minds and you meet Grandchic in person, you see us in person. But we won't do that probably until the spring because the weather is unpredictable. I don't know about y'all, but normally in December it's cold. A couple days ago was 67 degrees here. It's really, really weird. Excuse me. Buy Dimetap, put it in the freezer, and utilize cough syrup. Well, when I get off here, I'm going to make some breathe right tea. I got some tea that's supposed to help you with your breathing because I feel like I'm all of a sudden I feel like the room is for some reason getting stuffy. Apple cider vinegar cures all. Okay, yeah, I you're probably right, but I am getting really stuffy. So somebody asked me about the consulate, and I do have. All right, here we go. It's a lot in this particular um, banner, but when I'll let it run a few times, and if you want that information, just do the playback and stop it when it gets there, so you can write down the information if you don't mind. Okay, I'm trying to address comments as well as get some black seed oil that works. I have black seed oil actually. I got bitters and stuff. I got I do have it, so I'm going to. Yeah, I do. You're right, Brother Andre. I'm going to actually do. I'm actually, a lot of times I forget for myself. So let me change this. I got to take my target off of the cat and put it back on me. And so what I'm going to do is go to quantum frequency, and I'm going to look up congestion. Constipation. Let me say sinus. No, I'm going to look up sinus. So here we go. So what I'm going to do, let's see if we can see some immediate stuff. Sneezing, skin problem, sinus disorders. I'll just go disorder. So I'm just going to do a 2-minute frequency on myself for sinus. Let's see what we do. Doc G, I am. I don't know what you D-L. I don't know. Much appreciation. I would love to meet you. Say, I already been there. Already been there. Already been there. Neti pot. Actually, I have a thing called Navage. Y'all ever heard of the Navage? And you just hold it up to your nose after you put the stuff in it and all that. You hold it, you push the button, and it shoots the water, the saline through one, and then drops the stuff down into the bottom of this thing. I actually have this, have that. Um, I like it a little better than neti pots because you don't have to do all that leaning and put. It does the same thing. It's just that it takes it out and puts it in the bottom part. I do have colloidal silver, but I forgot I could just run my scan, see if we can educate my nose. Okay, let's see where we are. Scan, Dr. G. Yeah. Nope. Let me see. Log into that. You okay? Sometimes I forget to scan myself. I'm scanning other folks and scanning dogs and cats, and I forget to scan me. So I do thank you for the reminder, Brother Andre, if that's what you were doing. So that's what I did. And look, I'm starting to breathe a little bit better already. Let me see. In my opinion, never got. Oh no, the Navage to just price one today. No, you can get Navages. I purchased the first one I think on HSN, and I don't remember what I paid, but there is a I purchased one that had been I don't know what it was. I purchased one online for somebody else for 39 notes, so I didn't think that was much at all. So you can actually get them for reasonable. So you do have to use their pods, and I have boxes and boxes of pods there. It's just that when you use them, you have to remember that for probably the first half hour or so after you use them, your nose all of a sudden you might be talking or bending over, and then all of a sudden water come out of your nose that was up there somewhere didn't come down. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, strengthen your immune system. Never got delirium yet. I don't know about the delirium. I don't know when I say don't know about, I know that it exists. I don't know who it is that is creating them. I don't know who's doing that. I want to say that is Sister Light group, Light to Jerry, maybe. You might want to, check with them about the delirium. Okay. But I am feeling myself. Okay, here you go. A little better. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna let it scan a little bit more. And actually, when I'm not doing it, I'm not scanning. What I'm doing right now is actually sending frequency to myself for sinus disorders. Yeah. Let me see. At Walmart for 100. Oh no. You can get one for less than that, because the second one I purchased rather was I want to say like 39 or 49, something like that. To remember where I got it from. Yeah, just like with the delirium. Speaking about the delirium, just like the fiat dollar, we agreed that was currency. So with the delirium or anything else that the Moors are going to choose to create, we have to agree that would be the medium of exchange. But the other thing that we have to do, that I think is more important than even the delirium, is that we need industry. We might agree that the delirium is the medium of exchange, but if you have to still go to um, someone outside of the nation to purchase things, if they don't agree with it, then what good is it? And I mean, we need to start becoming producers instead of just being consumers, so that whatever we create, we that mode of exchange, that medium of exchange, it works because we're getting it from each other. Y'all agree? Anybody agree? Am I talking making good sense or something? Yeah, not, not the dollar, but use a de facto note. Come on in. Yeah, I'm just saying the delirium is a good thing. It's just that we need industry. We need to be producing and in charge of stuff so that we can use that. Because there's still things that we think at least we need that we're getting from outside our own community, our own nation. So we need industry, we need business, we need producers, and we need to, yeah, we need consumers, but more than consumers, we're already consumers. Now we need producers. And then we need to get, others to agree, in the legitimacy of what it is we call our currency. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we need stuff. Gold and silver still works. I mean, gold is pricey. The silver is so reasonable to, now that we should be stocking up. And we can back our delirium with silver and gold. How about that, y'all? Yep. So that has to have something tangible that backs it up. So we need to, I don't have a problem taking, some of my silver and putting it in a Moorish owned, or bank, so that we can, establish our own, begin to do our own stockpile. But we can't do with our gold and silver what they did with our gold and silver. You feel me? We can't do that. We need to have, it needs to be legitimately. We don't need to have an empty Fort Knox saying the gold is there when it darn sure isn't. Right? So we need to, wherever we put our stuff, we need to know that we are putting it in the hands of folks that within our own nation that are trustworthy. And that when we say we got a billion or billions of this, it's back, our delirium rather, is backed by this much gold and silver. That gold and silver needs to be there. For real. So I'm just seeing. Let me see comments. Yeah. Yeah, yes, we are the money in the sense that, or the currency, in the sense that the talent and the grit and all of that, it comes from us. You know what I mean? So we have to do self valuing, because we don't value ourselves, and then therefore we don't value each other. You know what I mean? But we have to start honing our skills, or valuing, or at least putting some type of it's a valuation. We need to put valuation to what it is we have and what it is we do. And then we start, like someone said earlier, we need to start trusting each other. We need to not say, oh, because you're more, you need to give me a break. But you wouldn't say that to the Albions, or for the same thing. We can't do that. No, we shouldn't be beating each other when it comes to things. But even when a Moor has to, they have to eat. They have to, if they have a business, they can't run their business on bare bones, because they're giving everything to people like for $1 over cost or 50 cents. You can't do that. So we have to have a reasonable respect for one and what each other brings to the table. And that means we have to have that trust and faith that what we have is just as good, if not even better, than what they have. Because behind most of their industry, you got somebody melanated, grinding. You know. Let me say. We need and I've heard this for a long, long time. We really need a directory. And I don't know who could, begin to take the information from who does what. We need a directory that we can, it could be a electronic directory or whatever, in a way that, for goods and services. We need a directory for Moors that we know. Oh, we can go to. Oh, I can get my skin products from this. I can do my da 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 da. So we just need to. We need a directory. We need a directory. Zen Bay, for most part, I don't know if you heard me say it, but with the exception of one business that's on here that sends, just a love offering, if you will, call it a love offering, love gift, donation once a month. Most folks, they didn't ask me when they were on my show. I created a little banner for them, and so I run. I'm sorry, with the exception of two. I do apologize. There's one that gives a donation based on what I guess they get, and then there's another that sends a PayPal donation to us. But you know, other than that, I don't I don't have an advertising platform per se where folks are. I'm just showing playing people's banners because like I said, it's not even hopefully if this is information and things that folks want and need. And that's what I do. But we need send instructions to my email. Um, DL. I don't know if I know your email. I don't even know if I know who you are, but maybe I do. But I don't know your email if you are who I think you are. So you need to text me your email to that number that's been up there. Thank you. Um, Headdress, beautiful. Yeah, I'm trying to. Once I joined the temple, one of the things that we're supposed to do, and I don't have I misplaced my button, but one of the things that we should be doing is when we're in public, and I guess this is public too, is we need to wear our national headdress, our turbans and fezzes and so forth. So I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better, and so I bought a whole bunch of different colors so I can try to get better with that. Right. So thank you though for that. But I'm back to that what I'm saying. If we could someone could has the wherewithal to create a database directory that can then be made available to us more so that we can begin to if you have a website or if how whatever it is, whatever your products or services that you offer, we need to, and then they can put it in a way that then could then be um, could be categorized, not alphabetized, but categorized, if you will, by what the good or service is you provide. And so before you go, to Mr. Cohen's store, you look for a more you look for L or Bay who was doing a service. So that's what we need. Yeah, that's what we need. So, but I was listening to some sisters, when I was in my last temple, because we do temple via Zoom. We have our meetings via Zoom for Temple 43, and the sisters were talking about, and a couple of brothers, how much respect they get when they go somewhere and they have they have their turban and fez on, and we don't we it may and it's coming from other folks. And then especially if you have your button on and they see the star and crescent on there. So we just need to believe in ourselves and honor ourselves and see ourselves for the beautiful beautiful people that we are. And the thing of it is, it seems like they know who we are. And as long as we don't know, or as long as we act like we don't know, we get the disrespect instead of the respect that we would get if we walked in the authority of who we are. Simple as that. I have building services classes in the DMV area. So building services classes. Um, uh, then just please take my number and give me a call. Um, yeah, see, yeah, they know who we are, and so when we act like we don't know, they treat us like we don't know, and so we got to get back to, you know, to actually respecting ourselves. Why do we expect them to respect us when we don't respect ourselves? Yeah, see, yeah, people will ask you where you're from, or you're like, I'm Moorish American, I'm from here. This is my land. You know what I mean? So I'm getting better. I used to suffer with headaches, um, but I have some turbans that I that are velvet. I got velvet ones in like red, purple, yellow, blue, and some other color, I think. And what they are, they have the point ornament, and you put it on your head, and it's got like a really really long like thing that you could either put that right there, take it over and just like maybe throw it around your neck, or you can wrap it around and make it look like this. You have like about 7 or 8 different styles. They're easy, particularly for those who don't know how to wrap a turban. In this, I've got like a sort of a ponytail. My hair is in a ponytail back here, so I got this little ball up here. But you could do a lot as long as you cover your hair. And a lot of times, the energy we pick up from our antenna is so good. You're out there in the public and everything is going around. When you cover, you're protecting your own energy, and you also are walking in the dignity of who you are. Like I said, we must come and accept as ourselves. Exactly. I had a Hindustani, sister and brother ask where I'm from. Where I was from is ask, I guess, if where you were from is the Moroccan Empire. Okay. Yeah. But you know what? You can get these and right on Amazon. It was interesting. Sisters, for the sisters on Amazon. I was looking for, I didn't want to have to cut my own head wraps, and because I bought fabric and the stuff is so long, then you have to like cut it and do all of this stuff. So right on Amazon, they're gonna pull that up. I was able, sometimes Amazon is the best thing to. This is right here. I don't know if you can see that. You see those wraps, those colors. I purchased. You can't see them all. One is you can't see the tan one, but the one next to the purple. So it's red, red, purple, tan, green, black, blue. And what it is six. Here's what it says: 6 packs African head wraps for. I bought it, purchased it, even though it says African head wraps for Black women. Long stretch jersey hair wrap. It's stretch jersey, not this one. This is not stretch. Stretch jersey, head wrap, women head. It's written crazy. Turban, headscarf, solid color, breathable, lightweight, African fashion head wrap, and it's got enough fabric in it. And for $27.99, I got 6 of them. So you can get 6, and you don't have to cut them. Figure it out. It is stretchy. I had those. I got the velvet ones, and I needed them in different colors because, thank you. And I wanted them in different colors. Like this, I don't know if you see it. I got brown in this blue, so this brown was to pick up this blue. So you just get them in different colors to match whatever you're wearing. And if you are working somewhere and they don't want you to wear your head wrap, let them know that this is your national headdress. Tell them it's your religious headdress. Tell them it's your religious headdress. I mean, when the sisters all of a sudden they go to Islam, become Muslim sisters, and one day they was doing all of this and swinging their hair, and the next day they come up and they are garbed up, wrapped up. They accept that, right? Yeah. So let me see. I've been looking for, a building to do my skin products because the home-based business don't space, home loving, because of the location I'm in. Well, if you get your product out there, you I don't know what products you have for skin, but I you got to get like a description of it, and maybe I'll do a show. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a show. I can have up to about maybe 6 or 7 entrepreneurs come on and talk about what it is they do. I'll be willing to do that. As a matter of fact, next week I'm having some young people entrepreneurs come on that are actually running profitable businesses, and they're still, under 18. So, what about you all? So if there's any of you out there that have businesses that you want to showcase in a show format, like you would come on the show, not by yourself, because it would just take too much time to just do everyone individual. But I'd be willing to do a couple of entrepreneur shows and bring on like maybe 6 at a time and really let you talk about what you do and put up your information. I would gladly do that. So just reach out to Dr. G, and I certainly would do it. Uh, Okay, we're in the same temple. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I love temple number 43. I do. So let me see. Let me put something else here. Okay. It is okay. Y'all, I'm breathing a little bit better, but I think this room that I'm in, sometimes we're in here and it's cold, and then sometimes it's hot, and I think Grand Chic has started to insulate my house to the point now that it's getting stuffy. But I appreciate him keeping all the air out. Let me see. Yeah, better shows. Well, like I said, I'm serious about it. If you have a business or service and you are interested in coming on with like five others, and I'll try to have like five, make sure that they're five different ones. So in other words, I would have different businesses. I will just talk to you first and find out what you offer, because I don't want two people. We guys sell sea moss. Everybody sells sea moss, but today I bought some sea moss from somebody that it was just like absolutely delicious. The brother let me taste it, so I bought one of each. But I wouldn't want to have two or three sea moss um, producers on at the same time, different time. So just reach out to me, and maybe the first of the year we'll do like our first entrepreneur show. But like I said, yes, Temple 43 in California is amazing. I do. I'm happy I was that my brother told me about it. Actually, my sister told me about it quick. I think first. I think Sister Chung. Y'all remember I had Sister Chung Diana on. She initially told me about it, but it was my brother Dwayne Hendricks, who I've had on several times, who actually did referred me to the temple. So yeah, yeah. But anyway, so if you want to be on that show, please reach out. Please reach out. Please reach out to me. All right. Well, y'all, I am about at the point where I think I've run out of. Let me just read. Make sure there's no comments I shouldn't be reading. I don't think that's what it is. Yep, with respect. Mama said it at a million times. I have to say, we must come into accept ourselves. Our example is creating awareness. Yes. Okay. Let me put this up. Grand Rising. Oh yes, sister, I do remember. I do see you on the when we on our Zoom meetings. I was introduced to this teaching of the Moors, and we need to walk in the spirit of the truth and stop judging each other, as these are programs and spells put upon us. You're so right. It's all about divide and conquer, divide and conquer. So it's just if we could keep that in mind when we're making our decisions about some of the things that we hear, like who's saying it, what agenda is being promoted, and what would be the end result of this if I buy into it, because a lot of things that they have been done to separate us. Oh, what about the button? Oh, you're talking about, so like we get the button with the blue button with the star and crescent and the red when we proclaim in the temple. However, you can there are places that you can purchase that button, which would be you just Google it. Actually, you could just say Moorish button star and crescent, and I saw somebody was selling one. I looked on sell them on eBay, but my sister Cynthia Martin Ill sending me two because I lost my button. As far as fezzes, ask me a question. I don't know where we need some Moors that are making or know where to get the right for brothers for the fezzes, because I've seen some fezzes short, some in between, and then some like real tall, and there needs to be a standard, I think. And then there are some brothers that um, wear the turban also. One, our grand governor of North Science Temple America number 43, he wears turbans most of the time. Father Hannibal Bey, Grand Sheikh Tajiri Bey's eldest son, he wears a mean turban. So you can wear a turban, brothers, or a fez. Sisters, we should be wearing a turban, but the red one, of course, is our national headdress. But you can wear the different ones just in honor of covering, keeping your head covered when you're out in the public. So, not a, I've never been to a temple yet, and I will. I look forward to it. Yeah, I mean, just find the right one. Like I said, I found um, one that met my needs from a standpoint of not wanting to be in a reverse church setting. I didn't want to be in that, and that's why when it came about, the thing, I didn't jump right in it, y'all, but I did have a meeting with the grand governor, and I asked questions. I needed to know, what about this? What about that? So I I was satisfied after I had my conversation with grand governor, that, and then I, of course, do my little dousing and stuff. I got yeses, and I did it for days, and I kept getting yeses. I said, dang it, I'm gonna do it. So, I started the process, and the rest is history. So we're still going through but I do thoroughly enjoy. I do Fridays when we're not here doing this with Grand Sheik. Then I can do my holy day meetings, and then we have Sundays. They have Sunday school, and they have Sunday evening meetings, and so you go to what you can. Okay, so below my doors, how much? Oh my goodness, I never even read this one. I'm sorry, brother Dave. Let me get this up. Excuse me. Ah, now I realized what I did. I just took my. Oh, I'm not gonna say that. I had this cold, y'all, and y'all know how when you have a cold and you blowing and you blowing and you blowing and you end up rubbing the skin off, getting the cold sore or whatever. And I had like 5 of them right here, and I covered it up with some makeup, and I just wiped it all off. So if you see that, that's what it is. I'm waiting for my cocoa butter to come so I can move the scar, the scar. It leaves the scar. You can use some camphor and crunch it off, and it'll come off. But then it leaves a scar. So I probably just uncovered it. So if y'all see it, that's what that is, y'all. That's another reason why at one point I didn't want to come on. It's like, oh, they're gonna see my face. Let me see. Y'all know I'm just real. I'm just real. So let me see what there is a free on the Moorish directory website app. Silver Moorish said there is a free advertising platform on the Moorish directory website app. There you go. Folks need to know about it. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Respect. Much love is between Moorish separation, smiles, corruption. That is really Moorish directory has it for you. Oh yeah. Can I put that up there? Okay. Yeah, I got it up there already. Okay. So they all see that. Separation is not good. Are there any temples in Wisconsin? I don't know, but I will say this to anyone rather that's listening, with regards to Temple 43. I'm just saying it because maybe you don't know, but it does not matter where you domicile. You can even be in the Caribbean islands. You can join Temple 43, Temple number 43. So You don't have to be there because we do our meetings on online, and that's when So that is it doesn't matter. You don't have to live in. I don't live in Cali. I'm on the East Coast, y'all. Y'all, some of y'all, I guess y'all know that. I'm on the East Coast. So we have folks from the islands and everywhere else. It doesn't matter. Is there link? Is there I don't know whether you're asking me if there's a link to Temple 43. Um, but if you going back to this thing, let me put my number up again. It's almost time for me to go. Let me see. You don't have anything with my number. Okay. I'm gonna put this ad up because it says to be a guest on my show, but that's I can do the ad. That number right there, which is the same number if you want a USB drive, say USB. If you want AO scan, say AO scan. If you want Temple 43, just put 43. And I will send you the links for anything you ask for, or put them all three in there. Sometimes people ask me for multiple things. So if you if you want to be a guest on the show, drgisofficial@gmail.com, or call, but don't call me, text me. Text me, please. Um, and I will send you, just put 43 in it. I will send you that. If you just say nationality, 9 times out of 10, I might just send you to the consulate. But if you specifically say 43, then I will send you that link. How's that? Is that fair? Because I'm not, I think you should get in where you fit in. Yeah. All three, not against. Well, listen, I want to say, yes, the sun despises that. Here comes the cold. Yeah, you know what? You inspired me, sister. That's how I think I want to go out. Let me see. It's almost time. I shared this before. I got a poem that's going to be in my new book, and she said, yes, the sun despises these Albions in California. Then sun on us shining all of a sudden. Here comes the cold. Yeah, they shut it off. But I wrote a poem about that. How about that? That's a good way for me to go out. And y'all, some of you have heard it. I'm gonna share it. Um, it's called The Sun Kissed. Okay, and it says, I know I'm loved by the sun. You see, I am sun kissed while they are sunburned. It's a cosmic love affair for which others yearn. Our interaction creates liquid gold, but when they get too close, it makes them grow old. The sun within me activates a life sustaining precious matter about which much scientific chatter has created a sort of a feeding frenzy. Now desperate vamps are out to get me. They now want my melanin to help them exist in a cosmic love affair designed for the sun and the sun kissed. Ashe. So I'm out with that, y'all. Hope y'all like that poem. It's called The Sun Kissed. Sun kisses us and smacks them. And this has been great. 2 hours. Love y'all. I'm going out with that. And thank y'all for indulging me. I didn't think I was going to be on here for 2 hours. And look, I'm breathing, so my scanner's working. I'm not stopped up anymore. She's, what do you want to purchase? The scanner, sister? Just that number that's going across right now. Text 302-345-0500 and just say scan or AO. AO scan, A or scan or whatever, and I'll send you the information. I will get it to you. So thank you all for indulging me. The second barrel wasn't as bad as the first barrel. I told you it was double barrel. Yes, please rewatch this. And I appreciate all of y'all support and all of that. And then no need to beat the brother up. As far as I'm concerned, he's already beat. He just, anybody. I'm good. I'm good. So once I shot the shot through the barrel, it was done. It was done. So peace and love. See you all hopefully on Friday when Grand Sheik will be on. I don't know what he'll be teaching, but he'll be teaching on something. So peace and love. I am out. I'm about to be out. Thank you again for your support, for all those who support, whether you're sending donations or purchasing flash drives. We do appreciate what you do. Couldn't do it without you. Peace and love. Until next time, Dr. J. Right? I'm going out of here. All right, y'all. Finish. You'll finish.
The deeper and deeper I go,
Wrong song, y'all.
I find what it is I should know. 'Cause it's just a matter of time that you'll reawaken your mind. Oh, come with me, come to know and find out what is true. Then you'll know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say I'm reawakening minds. Come to know and find out what is truth, yes. Then you'll know what's in store just for you. No more living a lie. I can look to the sky and say I'm reawakening minds.
Dr. G. Really? Who's she?
Yeah, that's me.
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 Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Who's she? Yeah, that's me. Really? Who's she?
Yeah, that's me.
Dr. G.